it was just surprising because I bought like a D&D book, like the Monster Manual.
Wow.
And in the packaging was just a coupon, and it was like any purchase over $160, you get $100 off.
And they were like, well, you bought a D&D book, so you're probably a man of taste and distinction.
Yeah. And I don't drink wine.
Right.
So
doesn't do
I
you
was
any
like, okay, this is lame. Well, I was like, oh, I should give this to my wife.
Yeah.
Right. Because she's...
And then you were like, nah.
Yeah, it's like, actually, that's probably going to be a problem for her.
It's too much wine?
Too much wine.
Oh.
Too much savings on too much wine.
Yeah.
Hold on. What do you mean by too much savings?
It's $100 off, Josh.
That's excessive. It is excessive. Josh, admit it's excessive.
My point is, if you're like, wow, I can get wine this cheap, I'll drink more of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's a dangerous amount of, I see. It's a dangerous amount of savings.
You value things less.
Because it'll make you buy more, which means that you won't like titrate your amount of wine drunk.
Right.
You'll just drink too much.
You just drink too much.
Oh.
I didn't realize that would be the only outcome from buying wine is drinking it all at once.
Yeah, for some people, I've heard.
Right.
I've heard that's a problem for some people.
Just kind of mix it all together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a red blend.
And white.
Yeah, it's a redhead
white.
Yeah, those are tasty. That kind of reminds me, guys, what commercials has Jerry told you that he liked?
He told me one time we were just having a very candid conversation, which we've done plenty of times before.
Yeah. It's no big deal.
Yeah. And he was just telling me candidly that actually the reason that Jason Alexander was hired onto the show Seinfeld to play the character George was because of his work on the McDLT commercial back in, I think, 1984 or 1983, something like that. And apparently, I heard from Jerry that that's why he got hired.
Yeah.
And then later I was talking to Jason, and Jason told me that Jerry wouldn't, like the entire run of the show, Jerry would just almost exclusively talk to him about the McDLT commercial. Like he wanted behind the scenes scoops on all the different cast members and stuff like that. It was, he said it was kind of, at first it was kind of, flattering, but then it slowly became creepy, and then it was just very, very annoying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I mean, he loves it. He
by
does
season
love that
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly.
That's,
I could see.
Yeah.
By
that's
season
funny.
2, how it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So wait, Jason Alexander was in the
DLT
for McDonald's.
Yes.
And then he did KFC stuff?
Hey, if your money's green, I think that's his logo.
I guess
Hey,
so. I'm just
That's his
surprised
motto.
that they let him
It's-
go either way.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it was back in 1980 something, and then the KFC stuff wasn't until much later, right?
Right, you're
so
right.
He probably had a
He
non-compete
has at
for
that
no
point.
real reason.
He has so he can just do
We're
the
gonna have to
KFC
bleep
commercial.
that.
Yeah.
He has I don't care money.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not worried about it. Cash.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll do KFC if I want to. Money.
That's right.
Yeah. What about you, Keld?
Well, it's kind of surprising, but Jerry told me that he actually freaking loves that Dockers commercial.
Really? You know what? That makes sense.
In real life?
Yeah.
Have you watched the Dockers commercials?
No.
Yeah, they're pleasurable.
I thought they were fine.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I must be stupid, but
It's just pleasant to see men interacting like that.
and it's kind of silly. It actually, some of the dialogue sounds like something you would hear on an episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It's not that.
He's like,
Yeah.
they're treading on too close.
And maybe it's maybe
Close
it's
to
that
home.
narcissism of minor differences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
And yeah, so I mean, yeah, but I think they played it up on the episode
Mhm.
because, like I said, he actually likes it, and so it's actually some of the best acting Jerry's done.
That he had to pretend not to like the
That's
Not to
true.
like
commercial.
it on the
It's
and get mad at someone who did like it.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level.
yeah.
Getting and it is interesting. We don't have time to talk about that, guys.
What?
Sorry.
What?
No,
Go ahead.
I don't want to talk about the episode yet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
No.
No, I'm getting carried away
Yeah,
because I'm so passionate.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I mean, it's a problem because I mentioned something so close to home.
Yeah.
But it just struck
Wow.
me as funny.
Yeah.
That was the question this
Yeah.
week on this episode, because you don't like. You just have a bank of questions, right?
Oh yeah,
that you
yeah.
pull
No, they're
from,
not.
and sometimes they sync up to the episode. Sometimes they
Yeah,
don't.
it's weird that we kind of got to the episode like this,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
it does kind of fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like I was hanging out with Jerry not too long ago. We were watching an Abbott and Costello marathon.
Oh yes.
Again?
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
he
can I-
loves it. Yeah.
Point of clarification.
Yeah.
This is a marathon of Abbott and Costello movies, not a marathon.
No, they didn't.
Where people dress up. Where
Oh,
you
Right. Well, they didn't have, and it's not Bud Abbott running a marathon.
I was going to say
Right.
it's them competing in a marathon.
Yeah.
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 I don't think
That
so.
would not
Okay.
be good.
Just want to make sure.
No, 26 miles. No. I mean, 13 miles, half marathon. That would be a trick.
Yeah.
No, but you know, it was one of those channels that sometimes they play the vintage commercials. And so they played like they just went ham on Jason Alexander's whole run of KFC commercials.
Wow.
Wow.
And Jerry was like, I love these commercials.
Wow.
It's kind of what, you know,
Yeah.
he just loves. He actually said, you know, George was good. I mean, sorry, Jason was good. as George.
Well, he was
gets
so good that
It's
he
so
just,
good that Jerry does talk about.
Yeah.
We've talked
Yeah.
about that before. I think
Yeah.
Jerry has a hard time differentiating
Yeah.
the actors from their characters.
Yeah.
But anyway, the he was like he's good as George. He's great in those KFC.
Wow.
Oh
commercials.
wow.
He loves his commercial work in
Yeah.
general. You know,
Yeah.
and you know he got kind of choked up and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He was born
Was
to
he-
play Sanders.
Yes. Right,
yeah.
right.
Well, I mean, and of course, in the 2002 commercials, he's not playing Sanders. He's just playing.
Oh, I
himself.
didn't. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
didn't.
No, it's okay. We had said that
You
he
can
did
see in his
previously,
eye.
but he did not.
Okay.
And
You can see in his eye that he's wishing he was Sanders. Though.
Did he play Sandwich?
he played. No, he
Sandwich.
He was trying to play Sandwich,
okay.
but ultimately he's talking about their popcorn chicken.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 That's not that interesting.
No,
That's
it's
playing ball.
not- yeah, well, then and they are playing ball.
Yeah.
In the episode.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Or in the commercial, I call them episodes.
Yeah. It gets confusing.
It does.
Is it Sanders in a commercial or George in an episode?
Yeah, or Saunders. Who knows?
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 4, The Phone Message.
Everybody loves Seinfeld. Loves Seinfeld. George, Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine with Gabe, Caleb, and Josh.
Welcome to Everybody Loves Seinfeld. That's One Ass, the podcast about Seinfeld for Seinfeld. Hi, Jerry. I'm your host, Josh, and don't do the apples. That's enough already with the apples. I'm joined by Caleb
Hi, Jerry.
and Gabe.
Hi, Jerry.
Guys, how you doing this week?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Let's talk Seinfeld news.
Okay.
Okay.
This just in from the pyramids in Egypt.
Oh man.
Egyptian pyramid police found Wayne Knight.
Oh,
Whoa.
is he okay?
Well, let's go through and find out. There's a bit of a process.
Don't bury the lead.
Okay. Egyptian witnesses verified that he was actually getting the food that folks were dropping to him down the
Good,
vents,
okay.
how would we know? Well, the witnesses told us that he was.
Okay, good.
And he was fighting the rats.
Right.
And he was stress eating and he was gaining some weight. And so he became stuck in the vents.
Oh.
That
That's
was
kinda
part
what
of the. Did you say that?
I think that I said maybe he'll get bigger
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. And so he was stuck. And so they had to, stop giving him food so he could get loose. And then we have reliable reports that indicate that he started stress eating rats.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so he said, so that is why it took so long. It's part of why it took so long. But at a certain point, he felt the stress just suddenly recede
Mm.
and the desire to eat rats left him.
Wow.
So Egyptian witnesses say that they think it might have been the power of prayer.
Wow.
Great.
Interesting.
So good job.
Oh,
Cool.
That's good.
Good job, God.
Well, good job, people who prayed.
Oh, okay.
Anybody that did pray for Wayne Knight being stuck out of the vents.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Winnie the Pooh situation.
Yeah, it's similar to when Winnie the Pooh became stuck
He
in
eats all of Rabbit's
honey and becomes stuck there. And then all
He
of
tries to
Rabbit's
climb out.
friends and relations.
And he says, it's
come
all
over.
because I'm having doors not big enough.
Yes. Well, it's kind of similar to a situation we had here earlier that
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to reference on this
No,
podcast.
since it was
This
off
is just in our lives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think this will get us back onto track.
okay, let's
Do
hear
you
it.
think that there's any potential for a new property now that Winnie the Pooh is in the public domain?
Right.
Mm.
Is there potential for a new property featuring Wayne Knight called Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh. I think so.
I think anybody that doesn't grab that immediately,
Yeah.
they're leaving money on the table.
I think so. I think another thing we should do is do a Winnie the Pooh sticker of him peeing on stuff.
Mm,
Oh, like Calvin.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's not in the public domain.
But people use it like it is because Bill Watterson won't
Won't
Yeah,
actually do
he
anything.
doesn't do anything about it.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Guys, it's time
So-
for our first segment. Shut up. What's new, man, with you guys?
What's new? What's new? What's new with you guys?
Caleb, what's new, man, with you?
Oh man, what is new? Well, okay. This week I did have to kill my rooster.
That must have been tough.
It actually wasn't.
Oh.
I wasn't good at it,
Mhm.
but it wasn't exactly hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Right.
emotionally taxing in any way?
Right.
Yeah, you
Right.
didn't care.
It wasn't that I didn't care, is that I was surprised at how proud I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like of being able to do it.
Maybe
You've
that
killed-
was. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say you've killed things before and you've felt shame for that, right?
No.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
well, I mean, sure, you do that sometimes.
Sure.
You know. I've had, I used to work lawn maintenance, and you kill some animals when you work lawn maintenance.
Yeah.
It's not on purpose.
They're messing up the lawn.
Yeah. Wayne Knight knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta rough up some animals.
Some rats.
Yeah.
Got to break a few eggs.
Yeah. But yeah, so I felt shame before, but this time, and I guess part of it is because I was like, all right, I'm gonna use this animal, So like I killed the rooster. It went pretty well. And then I like processed him. So I like had, like, what is it called when you put them in the hot water? I forget what it's called. Scald. Yeah, you scald them, and you can pull out all their feathers and all that stuff. It was just crazy to take something from a living rooster all the way to something that you were like, oh, it's like small, but you would see this at the grocery store,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was fascinating
To learn where your food comes from.
to learn where
Yeah.
your food comes from, and that you can
hadn't
just
realized
do
that
it,
before.
and
You
you
were
can
like-
just do it.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's why I was proud. It
Yeah.
wasn't because
Okay.
I killed something.
Right.
It's
I thought
because
maybe you
of-
were just proud because you were taking on the sort of character of the rooster. Once you killed
Yes.
it and ate
I
its
took
heart.
it on. I took
You
on
were-
its
yeah.
cockiness.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
I
you
mean,
eat the rooster heart?
I didn't eat the rooster heart.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I kind of fouled up the innards after I got them out of the animal.
After they became outards?
outards. When the innards
See
became
innards.
outards, I fouled them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was crazy. But I kind of miss the rooster. If I could have kept him, I would have.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
mean little.
Well, you
mean
could have
little
killed him and just
rooster.
kept him.
Yeah, it's true.
We did for a few days.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just hanging out in our fridge.
Nice.
It is funny that the city was like, you have to kill your rooster. The city,
Well-
the government was like, kill that.
Well,
rooster.
you got to get rid of it.
right.
They don't say you got to.
They don't
kill it.
designate killing, but what are people going to do?
Well, so that's the thing is, it's like either I do it or we take it over to like the wilderness
Mhm.
and let it go, and like that's no way to go either.
It just becomes a hawk lunch.
like hawk
That's right.
lunch.
And guess what hawks love to do? They love to. Yeah, there's a fly.
a skeeter.
Yep. The hawks love to eat their prey live.
Yeah.
Like they don't. They
yeah,
like
they
it's
don't care.
not a better way to die.
Yeah. No. That
It's
was what I
much
was thinking. I
worse.
was like, the only better way to die would be like if well, let's paint a little picture here. Sorry,
Right.
I don't want to take too long, but like a rooster.
This is something
pecking
that
around.
people will like.
Yeah.
A rooster. Everyone imagine. Close your eyes. Imagine there's a rooster in the woods. It's
A
just pecking
beautiful
around.
rooster.
Beautiful, huge plumage. It's pecking around. It makes its way into a clearing. And you get into the clearing, and then it's pecking around. Oh, it finds a bug. Eats the bug. Yummy. And the sun is shining, and you can see the bugs are hopping around. You hear the different bird songs. Rooster jumps up on a rock it finds. It's standing on the rock, and you see it get like a big chest of air, because you know how they need a
Huge
bunch
chest
of
of
air.
air.
Yeah.
They need a big chest of air so they can do a crow. And so he's about to, he goes, and then a huge boulder falls out of the air and squashes him right on the other rock. That's the only better way for him to go in the wilderness. Seems unlikely too.
No, it very unlikely.
It seems unlikely.
For a boulder.
Yeah.
It might as well be an anvil
Yeah.
at that point. Gabe, what's new, man, with you?
Oh, not a lot of, well, I've been doing a lot of thinking and Googling. And last week when we were talking about the skunk walking, crawling, I didn't look up that, but I did look up what ambulate means, because I corrected Josh saying, well, no, I think ambulate just means to walk, not to move.
Yeah.
But it does mean walking.
Yeah.
But it also does mean moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've spent my week just kind of contemplating that and thinking about that.
And
So that's kind of what's new with me.
oh, excellent.
Wow.
So
And
Do you have
ultimately,
anything to say to Josh, or?
no, I just wanted to clear the air.
Okay.
yeah, I appreciate it. I also
Well,
suggested locomote, which I think is probably ultimately.
Maybe I'll look that up this week.
That's a good task for you.
Thank you.
Is that like a crazy
No,
piece of dust?
Yeah, a locomote essay.
Crazy piece of dust.
I think it's a mite. It's a moat.
No,
Oh, you might be right.
I might have to.
no, it's a moat.
You might be right.
Yeah.
dust.
I'm gonna have
you
to
won't-
Google.
You
A
won't
dust
be wrong.
Might be right. Might be wrong.
We'll see.
Hate to put worms on your mouth.
Yeah,
but
don't put worms on my mouth, please.
Hey, why don't you tropical lime if you want to tell us whether or not we won't be wrong? You guys want to hear what's new, man, with me?
Yeah.
Okay. My wife has been kind of obsessed with the pineal gland in my head
Yeah.
because she thinks it's calcified
Ooh.
because we've been drinking fluoridated water
Oh no.
for a long time. We haven't been filtering it.
Yeah.
Even though we have a filter, I just refuse to use it.
Right.
It's annoying.
It is annoying to use. And she thinks it's why my personality is so bad.
Mm.
She's not, this isn't the first.
Oh,
kind
she
of
thinks
avenue.
that's why.
Right.
Right. Well, she's looking for, I guess she thinks at one point my personality was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at some point she was like, oh,
Has she considered that her pineal gland is calcified?
that's a good,
And she now no longer likes the same personality that you've always had?
I've always had, or maybe they've both become
Yeah.
calcified. And
Oh.
that's
Same
sort of
result.
exponential.
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
That's probably it. But I don't know. Ultimately, I am kind of like obsessed with details. I'm very interested in sauce and how sauce is made correctly.
Yeah.
So, and all the details.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she tricked me into going to a spiritual cleansing session.
Oh.
And I went, and they were burning a bunch of, and basically it was them burning a bunch of sage.
Yeah.
And I had kind of a bad attitude because I'd been tricked into being there. So I said, sage is a ditchweed. And they did not like me to disparage sage.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a huge problem for these people.
Yeah.
They were really upset with me, and they said, "You're out of here, Buster." And they kicked me out. And then they said my wife couldn't be a goddess anymore, and she had to be demoted to a girl boss.
What?
Yeah.
They have that authority?
They can say it, I guess.
I kind of don't believe that.
Sorry, Josh.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's just been hell.
That's a real bummer.
Yeah.
That's a rough week.
And do you want to know how they tricked me to go into spiritual cleansing session?
They said we're going to show you how we make regular sauce.
They said it was a sauce making class.
Yes.
And so I was like, well,
Yeah.
okay. It's right up my alley.
And you walk up and it's just like masking tape
You're
over
smelling.
the
Yeah.
sign on the hotel conference
Yeah.
room.
I was like,
Sauce making.
And
Okay.
you're smelling. Doesn't smell like
Doesn't
sauce.
smell like sauce so much as other herbs.
I hope the sauce doesn't have sage in it. That's a
Ugh.
ditchweed.
That's a tweet and I hate it.
And you got kicked out right away.
Right. It's bad. Okay, guys. Are you guys ready for a segment I call Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Wait,
I am.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Have we done this?
No,
Does
we've
it-
never done it.
does it have any effect on what happens if I am ready or not?
Well, I mean, I don't think you are ready,
Okay.
but it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are Jerry Seinfeld,
Whoa.
and an interviewer asks you a question.
Wow.
You have a chance to answer as Jerry Seinfeld. It requires you to Seinfeld's feelings.
Okay.
If you get this right, you can stop the guy with a hammer from breaking a rock that he thinks isn't gray enough. Instead, he'll break a rock that he thinks is gray enough.
Oh, okay.
And that's a big deal for him.
Okay.
And but he wants to show his respect too. So that's what's at stake. Are you guys ready?
Good.
This is the question.
Yes.
You'll each have an opportunity to try to answer this question as Jerry Seinfeld. And if you can try to just get your answer right
Mhm.
with the same
Okay.
thing that he said. Interviewer. The Seinfeld kitchen is jammed with cereal boxes. You have stashes in your Los Angeles and New York homes. Why? Seinfeld.
I just like cereal. It's just my favorite kind of breakfast.
Okay. That's not correct.
Yes.
Okay. It goes a little deeper. Gabe, I'll give you the prompt. The Seinfeld kitchen is jammed with cereal boxes. You have stashes in your Los Angeles and New York homes. Why?
I own large shares of General Mills
And Post.
and Post. Yeah.
Oh, you're giving him tips?
Well, they're wrong.
Thank you. Thank you for guiding me towards ruin. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, don't take hints
Let
from
me.
the guy.
Okay. Let me
asking
try.
the
I want to
question.
try something here.
Okay.
I don't think this is going to help, but I'm going to try it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you like kind of like the rhythm of the sentences.
Okay. This will be
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
This is like jazz.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like podcast jazz.
See if you can fill this in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So
I
it-
forget how to cook, but I always know I have my cereal.
Hey, that's good.
It's pretty good.
That was good.
Okay. Ultimately, do you want to go again, Caleb?
No. I
Then
have
we're-
no idea how I
Okay.
could do any better than that.
yeah, I
That's
don't
the
know.
thing.
Well, it was
That
very
was
good.
good.
This is a fascinating response. It's the first thing I could make when I was a kid.
No.
I was proud of it. I love milk.
That's real.
That's real.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah.
So he just loves cereal.
And milk.
He's just not
Because he could make it when it was the first food
Start
he could make as a
simple.
child.
great.
Keep it
There you
simple.
go. Guys, it's time for the meat of the episode. It's the synopsis.
Now it's time to summarize the episode of Seinfeld. Synopsis.
Okay, let's get to initial thoughts. These have been taking too long, and I have to combine
What?
your initial thoughts.
Okay, we can do that.
We're
Yeah,
going to do
we can sync
a
up.
one-word exquisite corpse thing.
Beautiful.
Okay, yeah.
So you're going to say something, whichever order you want,
Yeah.
but ultimately you're going to go back and forth and speak in sort of one about your initial thoughts about the episode. So go ahead and start.
We
Really?
enjoyed
This
episode.
of
Seinfeld
it
had
great
laugh
and
show
moments.
Good.
Okay. That was fine. It felt a little generic.
Okay.
If we're being
I don't
honest.
think you could use that for any other Seinfeld episodes. You think?
I mean, it really didn't get into anything specific about the episode. Do you want to
Honestly,
do another? Do you want to
let's
try?
do one more. Let's do one more.
I was just going to say really quick, if we just swapped the title of the show out for any other comedy show,
Yeah.
then it would pretty much work for it.
It's universal, and that might recommend it in certain ways.
Okay. I think we can try it. Caleb,
Okay,
you
let's do
start
it.
us off.
Try one more time. A little more
All right.
specific.
Um.
It's the phone message.
Yeah. The. I can't do it. What do you mean?
No, you're not wrong.
It's up to both of us to do it.
It is.
Nope, you're exactly
I
right.
have
Sorry.
a sentence in my mind that I'm trying to make, so I'm trying to summon it up.
There you go.
Plot
Contains
many
great.
twists.
We
Watched
this
story
and
situation
it
was
fun.
oh my gosh combined.
The end.
No.
Okay.
No, see, we're what we're doing is we're not using
Good words.
it's not good words, but there's this part of speech that we're not using, like to and from prepositions. Dang it. So we're stopping right when
Okay.
we say
Well,
something.
maybe
Yeah.
we'll come back to initial thoughts later.
Okay.
that sounds appropriate.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Are you guys sweating a ton?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot in here and it's humid too.
Yeah. I feel like
It's-
doing something.
Yeah.
You feel like
It's
doing what?
getting hot in here. I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
doing
Taking off
something.
some clothes?
No.
Oh.
How many of your
okay.
clothes?
Yeah.
All
Hold
of
on.
them?
How many?
Please. Not all
five.
of them.
Five clothes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's getting hot in here. So take off 5 of your clothes.
Okay. Listen. George, shut up! George goes out with Carol and she invites him up for coffee after their date. That is sort of the basic starting premise here. We learn in this episode that there are 2 things that you need to know about Jerry Seinfeld. Do you remember what they are? It's
no.
Jerry's on a date with Donna.
Mm.
Okay. That's aside from the whole kind of initial thing with George.
I remember. Yeah, I remember this happening, but I don't remember the things.
I
can't
watched it
believe
late.
It's okay.
Late.
It's okay.
I had other things.
I
had other things about.
I thought this
Jerry.
might happen. We'll put that off for a second. Let's go back to kind of the first thing there. George
Yeah.
doesn't go up for coffee.
No.
Yeah.
Coffee, AKA.
What, Josh? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to bleep that.
I think that's okay.
You think it's okay to say?
Yeah.
We'll have to bleep that.
Kind of sounds gross.
Okay.
Like worse than the other word.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but we're definitely not saying.
We won't say that.
Yeah.
It's your call.
Yeah. So, so basically, George realizes he's being invited up for more than coffee. Let's say that more than coffee.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's being invited up for not coffee.
That kind of just sounds like a donut, like coffee and a donut or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and who knows? Maybe that's what it is. Sure.
Maybe that is what it was.
Well, because we don't know.
Deep in the relationship with a donut.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Find some intimacy
Okay.
there.
This is starting to move into bleeping territory.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. So but that's the idea. We get to see Jason Alexander react to his realization that, that there's more going on than meets the ear,
Right.
so to speak.
Right.
He could have had a donut.
He could have had a donut. It
Right.
wasn't just coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got options.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to play a song for you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
And this is ultimately a song about that will help you remember two things that you need to know about Jerry Seinfeld.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know how I would function.
This is how you'll remember.
Shelter.
Oh, that didn't work.
It's a little loud, Josh.
I'm gonna get it right. Here we go, guys.
I'll believe that when I say it.
Two things about Jerry Seinfeld are important. He's never seen I Love Lucy, and he's lactose intolerant.
Hey.
So that's a helpful song if
Yeah.
you need to know the two things about Jerry Seinfeld that he thinks are you need to know about him.
That's crazy.
I think it's perfectly sane.
To have never seen an episode of I Love Lucy.
I don't know that I could say that I've seen a full episode.
And you know that Jerry's acting because he loves milk in a real interview, but lactose intolerant in the show.
Thank you. That's a good point.
I think most people that really love milk and cheese are lactose intolerant.
They made it happen.
Many people that I
They
know
ruined themselves.
personally,
Yeah.
most people that I know that eat ice cream on a regular basis are people that purchase Lactaid in large quantities, like
Yeah.
in Costco size
Yeah.
containers.
And that stuff
Yeah.
doesn't
So-
even work.
Lactase doesn't work.
Lactate doesn't work.
Lactate.
No,
No.
it doesn't help you lactate.
No.
Well, what's the point of it?
Yeah,
That's false
seriously.
advertising.
Come on.
So Jerry goes out with Donna. We kind of heard a little bit about that. And she doesn't want to do a Scottish accent.
Honestly, can you blame her though? Because
It's-
Jerry is doing his Scottish accent.
Yeah, the guts,
Which
the
is-
guts of actual Jerry Seinfeld to do that
He
and
goes,
film it and go,
I'm gonna-
let's put it on
He's
TV.
pushing it.
Millions of people.
He's pushing it, and actually,
it's good though. I'm impressed.
it's actually something that inspired a little something while I was watching it. Well, I was sitting there thinking, man, somebody should have made a television show about this, or really, what it is that here's a spec script for a television show about how they should have done this part of the episode of Seinfeld. And we're just going to do a quick table read.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
So who wants to be Larry? I think
I'll be Larry.
you were Larry last time.
I
Let's stick.
I kind of want to try and get Larry.
Let's stick
right.
with that. And Josh is going to be Jerry.
I thought we had a bit of a conversation about this.
We did.
I thought maybe I got demoted.
No,
that was
no,
your
no,
language
no, no,
to
no, no.
Larry.
No. For you, it would be a demotion.
Okay. But it's not a demotion for Caleb.
Well,
Well,
because I'm already Jerry.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already Larry.
Oh, I'm just glad you're okay with it.
I am. I want to be Larry.
I
Okay.
think this is the appropriate casting.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna set up a couple of things. This is TV show. This is what should have happened when they made Seinfeld TV show. And just to put this in your minds, Jerry is played by Ben Schwartz,
oh boy.
Oh.
and Larry is played by Walter White / Heisenberg.
Okay.
Wait, okay. So do I have to choose which one I am?
No,
No,
Okay.
you're Larry.
No, I know, but
Oh,
Walter White
whether
or
or not.
Heisenberg.
Oh, I see.
no, you don't have to.
You're
Okay.
Larry as
I can.
You can be all three.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
what? Is there a Heisenberg voice? I mean, does Walter
it's
White?
a
It's
little
just-
bit more.
It's just I am the one who knocks.
Yeah. So I'll read the title. I'll
Okay.
read the stage directions
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. It's called Master of Accents: The Jerry Seinfeld Story on AMC. The set is all set with a car on it and Donna the woman inside of the car. Jerry walks onto the set. He looks happy to be back.
Welcome back, Jerry. You look happy to be back. That's my Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good. That'll work. Thanks, Larry. You must have gotten your eyeglass prescription updated because I am indeed happy to be back.
Larry smiles. Now Larry is happy, and happiness spreads around the set like some kind of incredibly transmissible virus. It spreads around like a virus that has a 99% survival rate amongst healthy individuals, in fact. Actually, of the 100 crew members on set, only one of them falls over dead with the happiness virus. His name was Gordon, and really he only ate cheeseburgers and referred to Coca-Cola soda as water. Larry and Jerry don't even notice that this happens.
So, did you do it?
What, did I halt production for 6 weeks to go on a research trip for the show?
Oh, I already know you did that. How'd the trip go?
Let's just say I got what I went for.
Jerry winks at Larry and then the remaining 98 crew members individually.
Hold on. What happened to the other crew member?
No.
Well, one of them died.
Yeah.
Well, I know one of them did.
But Larry's included in the 99.
Oh, he's one of the crew. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Let's not get hung up on that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm waiting for him to. I'm waiting to stop. No, I'm waiting for Jerry to stop winking.
Oh, he's winking. Okay, he's done winking.
Okay. I'm ecstatic to hear it.
I think you'll find my 6 weeks spent in Scotland has paid off. Well, nice. I now possess a thorough and intimate understanding of the Scottish accent, or brogue, or whatever it's called.
I'm ecstatic to hear it.
Well, just wait until you hear it.
You might want to take your seat in the car. The camera woman is about to push the big red record button.
Sounds good.
Jerry walks over to the car door, opens it without any effort or issues because Jerry loves car, and sits down in the driving man's seat. He turns to Donna Actor and says loudly and enthusiastically,
Hi!
Quiet on set. Push record button.
Scene begins. Jerry delivers an absolutely incredible performance, and his absolutely perfect Scottish accent is the cherry on top of the haggis. We zoom in on slow on Larry, who has a huge smile strapped to his face, and he's nodding with delight. Later, the snacks at the wake for crew member Gordon's funeral are revealed to be mostly lame and kind of gross. The end. So that's just what I think should have happened. I feel like if Jerry had actually spent 6 weeks in Scotland, familiarizing himself with the Scottish accent.
And if it hadn't been Jerry Seinfeld, been Ben Schwartz.
And
oh no, that's just how it,
that's the necessity of casting today.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I just thought modern day Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Who else?
But Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz would
Sonic
play that.
himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Voice of BB-8.
Yes. Beep of BB-8.
Guys, let's get back on track. George wants to prove that he understands what Carol meant by inviting him to coffee. So he calls her and leaves a rambling message.
It is actually pretty like people use the word cringe today a lot.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to watch The Office. It's so cringe.
So cringe.
But it's a terrible message.
It is.
It's really bad.
It's like very well done.
It's a man falling apart.
And performed very well to not really feel like a joke.
Yeah.
But just be like, maybe someone actually left a message that terrible and then just did it word for word on the show.
Yeah.
Because it seems very real.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed when he's about to call. He is standing there taking a moment to collect himself, and then he grabs the phone and immediately starts dialing, which I think that's like, for me, I would think of like pushing the last digit as the moment, you steal yourself before that moment.
Yeah.
But for him, it's like before the dial, once you got to commit to the dial beforehand. You got to be all the way in. Maybe he should change his tack because it did not work.
It didn't work.
It really was not working.
He could have taken a breath.
Yeah.
And hit that
exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the worst message.
It's a bad message. I mean, he does heighten it later with even worse.
Oh, the other ones are worse too.
But
first
there's
one is,
realism about the first one.
The first one seems real, and it's like it's not so obviously bad that it's a joke, right? Like that's the weird thing about it. It's like sort of in between. You're like, oh, it makes you just seem like an insane person.
Yeah, totally insane.
And I think what the subsequent messages have that this one doesn't is that they feel more directed. They feel like they have a point to them. This one just feels like it doesn't have a point at all.
The whole point was to basically get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I do this really quick?
I don't know if you can.
I got an insane voicemail. This is the voicemail. Hello, Ken. This is my name. It's the transcription.
Yeah.
So it's gonna sound funny.
Yeah.
Hello, Ken. My name is Christopher Mitchell. I'm looking for William Harvey. Mention he didn't happen to get my uncle. If you happen to have any information regarding them, please give me a call back at blah, 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 blah. Thank you.
Wow.
He's looking for his uncle?
Yes, I guess.
Could uncle be phone call?
No, it's because I actually listened to it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And it's uncle. And this guy has texted me at different points asking me if I know where his uncle is. I have not responded.
Guys, if anybody knows
I
where...
do know where his uncle is.
Oh, you do?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was just going to say, if anybody does know.
But I don't.
No.
It would be bad if this guy knew where his uncle was.
If he found his uncle?
Yeah, it would be bad for me if this guy knew where his uncle was.
Right.
Interesting.
So
anyway,
you really need his uncle to not be found.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So bad choice for me right now.
Right. Okay.
Well,
yeah, maybe we can bleep that.
Please bleep that whole part.
Yeah.
Just a continuous bleep.
One thing that I enjoyed here was Elaine doesn't have a lot to do in this episode.
no.
But they do give her the opportunity to give George the idea for what he's going to do about the message. That's her job in the episode.
Yes.
Is to go, my uncle, was it?
Brother.
That's what it was. Yes. Somebody that her brother knows left a bad phone message. It was going to cost him $15,000.
Had to put stakes on it.
There's stakes on it. So then he went and got the tape back, or switched it out rather. So that's where George gets the idea, and that provides the action for the rest of the episode, really.
Yeah.
At that point. And there were some just good moments there. I don't know what your parents did to you. This is when, when George is falling apart. He's about to, he's freaking out about his phone call. And George walking in with Alka-Seltzer and Pepto-Bismol. I thought it was really funny. Yeah. It really worked.
Is this the scene where Kramer pitches a stand-up bit?
That does come up. Yeah, that's Kramer's job.
Yeah.
Is to come in. That's basically all Kramer does in the episode.
Yeah, it's true.
Is come in and Kramer try to give Jerry
it's good,
a bit. He says, New York drivers don't get out of the way of ambulances anymore. Okay. Someone's in a life or death situation, and we're thinking, sorry, buddy. You should have thought of that before you were eating cheese omelets and sausages for breakfast every day for the last 30 years. And he's driving. It's pretty miming driving. It's not a Jerry Seinfeld bit.
No.
I think we can.
It's definitely a Kramer bit.
It's definitely a Kramer bit, which I thought this would be fun, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a premise.
Okay. Great.
And then you come up with a bit.
That's a
the
Kramer
way that
bit.
Kramer would do it. And we need to be very careful, and don't forget to not do it the way that Michael Richards would do a stand-up bit.
Right.
Okay.
Kramer.
If someone heckled them.
Do Kramer and don't do Michael Richards.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. If I find myself going into Michael Richards,
please just don't. Please.
But if it starts to happen, what should I do?
Stop talking and tug your ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the first bit, and we'll see how this goes. But I think we're gonna go back and forth between them. Okay.
All right.
So you'll have the first premise.
Okay.
Cashiers have lost all common sense. I'm still getting carded when I buy cigarettes or wine, just depending on who this was. But.
Okay. Cashiers have lost all common sense. I'm still getting carded when I buy cigarettes or wine. It's like, look, get a good look at me. Can't you look it? Look it.
That is, I thought that was a little bit close to Michael Richards.
Oh, really?
Cat, can you give it to me again?
No,
Sorry.
Here. I'm going to give you a new one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you want to do that one?
Why?
We can do that one. Okay, go ahead. Cashiers have lost all common sense. I'm still getting carded when I buy cigarettes or wine.
Okay. I'm still getting carded when I buy wine, but I remember when this used to be a library instead of a corner store, or he's so
Yeah.
old. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah,
old.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I should have put that in
Yes.
there. I'm so old.
I'm
I
so
remember that when this used to be a library and not a convenience store or liquor
Yes.
shop.
Yes.
A library.
A library.
Which is that has been happening.
It
get
happens.
carded.
One of the first signs of
Yeah.
gentrification.
Yeah.
Right.
As they turn a library into a liquor
Liquor
store.
store.
Yeah, Jody Mitchell wrote about that.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't.
He starts with the premise, so I get to
Oh,
hear
you
it.
get to hear him.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
idea. I
I
like
like
it.
it. Snake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't care about any rules at all at this point. We don't put our phones away at dinner anymore.
Okay.
So as a society, we don't care about rules. We don't put our phones away
Yeah.
at dinner.
Yeah. We don't care about rules at all anymore. As a society, we don't put our phones away at dinner. We're sitting there, we're playing Candy Crush, and we're playing Pocket Chess, and we're playing Clash of Clans, or we're playing Garage Band.
I like
or
this part.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way it landed on a punchline. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your turn. Okay. Do you want it
No,
again?
I got it.
Okay.
We don't care about rules at all anymore. We look at our phone. We don't even put away our phones when we eat dinner. It's like bite, look, bite, look, bite, look.
That's Kramer.
That is Kramer.
Kramer. That's really good.
Okay.
Okay.
Man.
Here we got another one. We'll do one more. Cashiers are so distant these days. They won't even let you know when you can come down to the store and pick up expired meat and fruit anymore.
Okay. Cashiers are so distant these days. They won't even let you know when you can come down to the store and pick up expired meat or fruit. It's like, give a guy a ring-a-ling-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-dong.
Very good. Okay, Gabe.
Cashiers are so distant these days. They don't even give you a call when you can pick up the expired meats and fruits. I'm thinking, what's wrong? I thought that we were like cousins. I thought you had my back because
Yeah.
you're my cousin and you work at this corner store, this bodega here.
Right.
Because
That's
it's New
good.
York.
It's
Kramer
New York.
lives in New York.
That's classic
Yeah.
Kramer stuff. New York.
Bodega.
Good job, guys. That was
Hey,
great.
Thank you so
Yeah.
Was it?
That was really good. You guys could be Kramer. And if you're hearing a dog, that's my fat dog that broke the door.
I was going to say it might not be that good, but we could probably book a stand-up show. And I don't know if Michael Richards could book a stand-up
No, it's
show.
true. It wouldn't be.
I don't know, actually.
You think he could now?
I think you could.
At certain
now
events?
that
Oh, yeah.
now that Louis C.K. is back.
Yeah. I
Michael
think
Richards.
Michael Richards definitely have a better chance of doing that than us.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay. Jerry goes with George, guys, to change the tape out. To get up to Carol's apartment, they pretend Jerry has to go to the bathroom. One thing that I was enjoying is I think that in this season, there's a lot of pretending to go to the bathroom as a plot point.
Yeah.
Because that definitely happened in the last episode. So I want to keep my eyes out for it.
Yeah.
True.
But I was like, okay, this is it's kind of the same situation from the first season where it was, whoa, you want to do that? Well, I want to do that too. And so now neither of us can do it.
Yes.
That
Yes,
was
that's
the trope
first.
from the first season.
They start off with the bathroom stuff, and they're like, "Okay, we only have so many of these.
Yeah. So
But let's spend 2 of them right away."
we'll see what they do. We'll see how it goes. But I was like, I wonder how many pretending to go to the bathroom.
We put it
plot
in
points
one
there are.
episode. They're not going to expect us to put it in the next one, but
episode.
we're going to do that anyway.
This is the bathroom season. Other one was I want it, and so do you season.
Yeah.
This is bathroom season.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see. Let's track it. The Jerry's stupid expression when George calls him a wuss. Did you pick up on this? Jerry does this. Won't play for people but he does this like weird Nacho Libre smile
yeah.
or something, or he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. It's like his incensed kind of
he's
like
he's
trying to
teeth
keep it.
really, really tucked
It's his
over.
lips are tight on his
There you
teeth.
go.
Yeah.
Lips tight over the teeth.
And it's
Did you
kind
just
of that.
call me
Yeah.
a wuss?
Did you
I
just
can't
call me-
believe
Yeah.
he's Nicholsoning.
Yeah.
Almost.
yeah, it's like a really it's funny. It's silly in a way that I don't expect from
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And also that smash cut is good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just call me a wuss?
Mhm.
Smash
Beef.
cut. But that does actually bring up transitions.
Mhm.
I brought it up so that I could talk about this.
Yeah.
But there's a moment
Mm-hmm.
where
I think I know the moment.
where George
Okay,
is
I
going to
know.
tell Jerry his plan.
Yes.
He comes to Jerry's apartment to tell him his plan to get the tape switched out. And he says, "Okay, so I heard that she's out of town." And then they go to sit down, and then when they sit down, they're at the coffee shop.
They're at Monk's.
It just immediately
Yes.
transitions to the coffee
Yes.
shop.
I noticed that too.
Which, if I wasn't watching it with a critical eye, as I am
Yeah.
for the purposes of doing this incredibly important podcast,
Right.
I would not have picked up on how weird of a transition
Yeah.
that
It's
was.
weird.
Because it actually, like, from a technical perspective,
Right.
it's like, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
It works,
But
it is jarring when you actually think about what's happening.
You're just like, they would have talked about this on the way to the diner.
exactly
right.
Exactly.
Instead, George was like, no.
Yeah.
Jerry. That's what it made me think
Yeah.
of was, okay,
Yeah.
Jerry, we're walking and not talking about this.
I came in here in such a
Yeah.
rush to talk to you about this thing, but we can't talk about it here for no reason.
Yeah.
We're going to a coffee shop to talk
Anyway.
about it. No, I love it. There's another weird transition here. This is the one I was thinking of. And it was after the initial Dockers conversation between Jerry and Donna, they let that play for a little longer than I feel like is the right place to get out of that scene. Like they're letting them the turmoil between them kind of like sit.
Yes.
And it feels weird. It's
Yeah.
like,
But doesn't that make sense with Yates stuff?
Oh, yeah, it
the
does.
Crushing of the human heart.
Human heart.
Yeah.
sometimes they do want you to feel that.
Larry David.
Larry David
Yeah.
famously dated Monica Yates,
Yes.
Richard Yates' daughter. And yes, Richard Yates did say he was only interested in stories about the crushing of the human heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they're just leaning into that.
I think they
maybe.
are. I think you're right. That's a good point. Yeah.
You're still right.
No, but-
because you feel it.
You do feel it. They let you sit in it.
Yeah.
When they do meet up with Carol, George's intended, there's a weird moment where they clearly didn't get a clean take.
Intended for donuts.
That's right.
Yeah.
But George says, "I just bump into him around the corner."
Yes.
He did.
Yes. I noticed
get
that
a clean
too.
Oh,
take.
I didn't pick
where
up
I
on
noticed
that.
that. I just bump into him around
I just
the
bump
corner.
into him around the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's funny. It's like, oh man, they were shooting Seinfeld quick and dirty.
because
Just
they
getting
did
it
not
done.
catch that. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
But I like it.
No.
I think it adds
I
to
like
the
it.
to the
'Cause you wouldn't do that.
frenzied, nature of his
Yeah.
of his attitude.
You're about to do this crazy thing.
Yeah.
And you're going to maybe slip up in your speech a little bit. Like that's one of the first things to go.
It's realistic.
It's real. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to say, guys.
Is that Seinfeld is great
Yeah.
because it's so realistic.
Yeah. Anything else?
Maybe
guys?
that's why they didn't get around to talking about that stuff with Monica until they're at the diner.
Okay.
Because George is misspeaking the entire way
Don-
to the diner.
Or yeah.
Or sorry, not Donna.
Carol.
Carol. Yes.
Yes.
He's just misspeaking the
Yeah.
whole way.
Yeah. He's trying to
He's trying. That's
get a
actually.
sentence out.
He's like.
Yeah.
He's like.
Daffy Duckin,
No.
Porky Piggin.
Yes, Porky Pig.
Blip,
Yes.
blip,
blip. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just kind of mocking people with speech impediments.
Yeah,
and
we don't do that
stutters.
here.
No, we don't do that here.
No.
But
News to me.
if you guys want to go around back, we can
Yeah.
do that.
Hey,
Or if you want to
yeah,
book us
hey,
on a
guys.
comedy show.
Hey guys, join us. Join us around back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on around back.
Come on.
Can we enter the back zone?
No.
No, we can't.
You guys don't want to enter the back. So
Okay.
come on around. Okay, come
Guys-
around back to the fact shack.
Guys, it turns... Oh, the fact shack?
Fact shack.
So you're going to talk about
Is
facts?
Ben Shapiro there?
Sounds like... That's absolutely ridiculous.
yeah.
I was going to say there's a moment where Carol was just putting up with two idiots.
Yeah.
Two absolute idiots
Yeah.
where they're like, George is like, Jerry has this thing with public restrooms. So they go up to her apartment and then they're just being absolute idiots.
Yeah.
I take back what I said about Seinfeld being realistic.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not, because that whole scene was just like, I mean, it doesn't matter, but it
it's
doesn't
funny,
matter
though.
that it's absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is just incredible to think about a real adult woman
Who goes...
putting up with these guys and then potentially being like, yeah, I think I might, eat a donut with this guy
Right,
later.
right,
or
right,
something.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
No,
It's
and
hilarious.
Jerry doesn't have to go to the bathroom, and then George is distracting her, and so he tells her apparently he
is one of my favorite
it's
things.
really funny. It's really funny, and this might be my favorite moment from the episode.
Yeah.
That's what you had to tell me, that your father wears sneakers in the pool. That's his,
Wait, is it in the
laugh
pool
a
or
lot.
is it in the deep end?
it's the
No,
pool.
it's just the pool. Okay.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
some
yeah.
reason, I had in my head.
No.
He wears sneakers in the deep
Well, it
end.
is. It's
When
funny.
he's gonna go in the deep
Right.
end, he gets out
Yeah.
and sneakers.
Oh, I was thinking about how you can see the utility as a kid that used to bounce.
Looks like Dad's going in the deep
Bounce?
end.
bounce in the pool
Yeah.
on your
Yes.
toes, and your
Yeah.
toes get all bloody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
Shredded
in the
by
pool,
the-
shredded by the floor of the pool. I could see the utility of wearing sneakers.
Yes.
In the pool.
That's funny because
In the
I was
shallow
trying to
end.
figure out how, like, what the point of wearing sneakers, but that's a very plausible.
That's what it is.
reason.
If you're going in the pool that
Yeah.
regularly,
Yeah.
then yeah. But then I did think it was funny to think about him in the deep end,
Yeah.
because there's no reason to wear him in
No,
the deep end.
in the deep end.
No.
It's only in the shallow
Just in
end.
the
Yeah,
shallow
only in
side.
the shallow end.
But
Yeah.
he's fine with bloody his feet.
And I did write lots of tongue in Jerry's cordless phone act out
Mm.
when he's
At the-
doing his
at the
stand-up
very end.
bit at the very
Oh, yeah.
end, and he's talking about how he doesn't like cordless phone for hanging up.
This is a really good point. To me, his act out for turning off a cordless phone is not realistic.
No.
It is wild.
Yeah.
They make the button for a cordless phone to turn it off. I know this was a while ago, but it's a huge button.
Big button.
They did that.
One of the
I
bigger
was
ones.
trying to imagine, like, think back to the earliest, like, cordless phone we
Maybe
had.
there was,
And I was like, maybe it
Maybe.
was different.
maybe
But I
Maybe-
don't remember having them hiding
the,
the hang up
No.
button. I was like, I don't understand what
No.
this phone
What
is.
the-
This
what-
is like a rich man's phone
Mm.
from way back when.
and guys, I guess part of what could be going on is that we have the benefit of hindsight in that, and cordless phone manufacturers saw this bit
yes.
and we're like, well, he's got a point.
Note taken.
We've got to make the buttons bigger.
Make the
maybe
button
that's what,
Maybe that is
that's
it.
what we
Maybe
saw.
that is it.
And that's kind of just a way of talking about the influence of Seinfeld and the power that it had on
Yeah.
culture. You know, he could do a stand-up bit and it would shape the size of a button on a now obsolete
That
piece of technology.
Is how it worked, and that's why we continue to have huge buttons on our phones, even today.
Big old buttons.
Big old hang up buttons. Guys, I did have an idea for final thoughts on this episode. We because we're already basically out of time,
Good.
we're gonna have to skip my idea for final
What?
thoughts. We'll do it another
Are you
time.
sure?
I think it's got the potential
We can
to
translate it,
go
too.
on. It is specific to this episode, because one of the interesting things about this episode is that they had to do this one in a hurry. They had to write this one in a hurry because they were in production on an episode about Elaine buying a handgun that they
Oh.
had to not do.
Okay. Right.
Maybe there's a little bit of a teaser
Yeah.
for you
Mm.
folks out there to stay tuned for something else that you can
Yeah.
ignore.
Just
Yeah.
wait. It's in front of the paywall.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, it's
We're not going to hide it.
It's,
So
it's like a pay fence.
So I think we can do quick final thoughts here, guys.
Yeah.
Ultimately, do we recommend watching this particular episode of Seinfeld?
I mean, I would
It's
say
hard to
yes
say.
if you like watching things that are completely skippable.
Well, that's part of it
Yeah.
because absolutely it's skippable. We talked about the realism, but then it's not really fully realistic.
Right.
It's right.
And do
It's
you wanna-
realistic, hyper realistic,
Yeah.
and then we get a smash cut.
Yeah.
Or not a smash cut. Sorry.
Just
It's
kind of
just
a-
a weird transition
Yeah.
of in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
And you're like, that didn't happen. Unless, of course, George is misspeaking the entire time.
The entire time.
to
But
the
they don't
show.
tell us that.
No.
Yeah.
So
That's
we
something
don't
worth imagining.
have to
Yeah,
infer
yeah,
that.
yeah. So maybe they could be more explicit about that. That would make me more comfortable recommending that you not skip this episode.
Right.
It's like, do we want to crush the human heart or don't we, guys?
Right. Decide on
yeah,
that.
we
That's
need
an
to
important
decide
thing
on
to decide on.
It is.
You don't want to do that half-heartedly.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Sorry.
So
I didn't-
that's
wasn't
it.
on purpose.
That's it. We do have a quick song. It's just 2 songs from me this week and none from Caleb, which
Yeah, sorry.
I'm bummed about.
It didn't inspire me this week.
So here we go, guys. This is just about something that Jerry says to Donna. Do you remember when she says, we could go to your apartment?
Mhm.
And Jerry says,
Yes. That line made me laugh really, really
yeah,
hard.
it's funny.
Yeah.
I guess if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the song will get into it a little bit.
Beautiful Donna, there's no cake up in Jerry's apartment. Thinking there's cake is the worst mistake you can make. He's got cornflakes and orange juice, frosted flakes, Wheaties, and Fruit Loops. Not death by chocolate or angel food. He's got munching and crunching material, but it's not cake, it's boxes of cereal.
Okay, now I know that probably the lyrics didn't quite
No,
come
I
across.
heard
No,
it.
I
It's-
got
it
'em
was
all.
about
Okay.
cake.
I actually
Yeah,
have
He
it
doesn't have
memorized.
cake. He
There's no cake.
has.
But well, he's like he says there's no cake,
Yeah.
as though that's like would be crazy if he had cake up there.
Mhm.
Right.
But he does just have so much cereal.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is like dessert cereal.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
stuff that would count, like is nutritionally equivalent to eating cake.
Cake. Absolutely.
I
the
would
same
call
thing.
sugar cereal.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But that did make me think about what if one or two of those boxes of cereals, these days how there's like, is it cake or not?
Mhm.
Right.
What if there's like some of those boxes of cereals that,
That
are
are
actually
cake.
cake?
Yeah, yeah.
Or
And-
there's
And she heard that they're cake, and he thinks that she might be coming to get his cake box of cereal.
cake box of cereal.
Again, this
That's
is
true.
something that I wish that makes this episode skippable.
Yeah.
Is they don't really resolve some
Yep,
of those
they
questions.
should they should
You're
put
sitting there
that
going,
to bed.
Yes. Yeah.
Is the cereal cake?
I'm stuck
and you're
thinking
like,
about it.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
There is a lot of
Is the
cereal.
cereal cake?
Well, I don't know, Caleb.
Is all of that cereal cereal?
I don't know
Yeah.
if you can speak for me, honestly. Because
Also makes me think of a new cereal called Cake Pops.
whoa,
Instead of corn pops.
oh
Yeah.
man, I
And
love
instead of
corn
actual
pops.
cake pops, the like
Mhm.
popsicles,
yeah.
but it's like, dude, it's just actual cake.
Corn pops, so good.
It's
also,
actually just a cereal bag filled with
excuse me.
Starbucks cake pops. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to talk about how good corn pops are.
Okay,
Can
I'm
we
sorry.
please discuss this?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about your fake cereal. I want to talk about how good real corn pops are
Okay.
and how they have special foil bag. No
Yeah.
other cereal has
True.
special foil
Why
bag.
does it need that special foil bag?
To keep the corn in. the
Yeah.
corniness.
The pop is out. but
Yeah.
Keep the corn in.
Yeah.
Keep the corn in.
Guys, it's time for our mail segment. The mail never stops, Jerry.
Jerry, the mail never stops, Jerry.
Jick Tarwell from Bastard, Kentucky writes,
Hmm.
What can it stand for when a close one to you has ranging ideas and notions that do not match against yours? It is like swans and geese stenciled on top of each other. This one does this. Oh, sorry. This one that does this believes in transgressions by comments and written on the computer form. It tears at me like rats at the oat bag. When the close one finds something lovely to me and sends over bandwidth firebrands designed to taste like a calf's hoof in the cesspit. Watch and be wary of calls to becoming illuminated.
Whoa.
So that's pretty dense.
This is very
That's
interesting.
really dense.
Okay.
I'm wondering, is Jick like one of these AI things? Is like, you know,
Jick is either an AI thing or like a William Faulkner character.
Yeah. And maybe and maybe what's happening is this is somebody who's fed the text of William Faulkner novels into
what it is.
an AI aggregator.
Yeah.
It is
They just fed it as they lay dying.
and it's localized to Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's,
Absolutely. But it sounds to me like basically Jick is upset that somebody doesn't like something that he likes.
Oh.
So it sounds like they're using the internet. He says sends over bandwidth firebrands designed to taste like a calf's hoof in the cesspit. Like somebody's doing something mean over the internet.
Right. Yes. Okay. I can
He's
imagine.
getting cyberbullied.
I can't. Man, that's hard. It's hard to
Maybe.
imagine.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And what's kind of interesting to me is that this week we were planning on pretending to receive a message.
Oh yes.
Remember, we were talking about that.
Spitballing that.
This is only a pretend message that we were that was sent to us on a platform. It's pretend.
Yes.
It's not real.
A pretend platform too. What's the name of the pretend platform?
Yeah.
Josh?
I didn't come up with one,
You didn't come up with one.
but I think we could call it
Food tube.
yeah, or like, we watch videos tube.
Okay. We watch videos too.
Yeah, but I like
Okay.
or ViewTube.
YouTube. That's good. YouTube.
Okay. And we've been kicked off of a prominent video platform
Yeah.
before, so we did want to be very careful to indicate that this is pretend and
It's not
we're
real.
not like abusing someone
No.
according to
No,
certain
not yet.
No. And we wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
No. We wouldn't do it yet.
We would not do that yet.
Okay. So here is
I did not have a donut with that woman.
No.
Yet.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have a Danish.
Okay. So here's the comment that we made up and it's pretend. They managed to make Seinfeld boring. Every episode has the word subtext about 1,000 times. Lighten up, guys. You should be hosting shows around the apocalypse, not comedy. So one thing I enjoyed is that even though we made it up, we got everything wrong.
Yeah.
About
That's
it.
true.
Right.
And
It does make sense that we would do that though.
Yeah.
For
because we
realism.
think what's real,
Yes.
and then we think what would somebody like this say?
Yes. Someone who
And-
doesn't like our show is also not going to understand anything. almost.
Anything.
Yeah.
And so, saying something like they say the word subtext like 1,000 times in every, like that's not true.
No.
At all.
Basically, I mean, it's entirely incorrect.
Right.
Now we've
We-
said it more times just referring to the incident
Yes.
than we ever actually said on the show.
We said it a couple times. But really it's not, anybody who's watching our show and thinking these guys are taking themselves a little too listening to our show and thinking, oh, these guys are getting up on their high horses and being intellectuals about Seinfeld.
And you mean
Well, and I
around
know-
Seinfeld.
And I know.
I think you mean around Seinfeld.
No, yeah, just around.
Intellectuals around
And I know.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It is a pretty intellectual show. I know that it's pretty high-minded.
Yeah.
And that can be a little bit intimidating for some people. I understand that. And especially intimidating for people that maybe don't have podcasts of their own.
Yes.
To,
And that is something like when we're pretending to make an episode, we do create a backstory where, does this person have a podcast?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
yeah.
We decide they don't have a
They don't
podcast.
have a podcast.
We go and look at their or their YouTube channel.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
YouTube.
And we
has
go,
nothing to do.
yep. And they go, we go, is there a podcast on here on this channel? Nope, there's not.
No.
What is there instead?
Yeah. What is there? What's on here? Oh, trading.
Trading.
You like looking at videos on YouTube about trading.
cold plunge.
Is that what it was? And there's some spiritual cleansing
spiritual
videos.
Yeah.
about how you can, instead of singing the birthday song or other songs, you could sing a Sanskrit chant while you wash your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do actually wash your hands.
Yeah. You do wash your hands.
You're actually doing it.
It's called spiritual hand washing.
Yeah.
But actually, it's real physical hand washing that's happening
It's
while
actually
you
really happening.
mumble gibberish to yourself.
Yeah. just gibberish. So that was interesting. We did assume in our backstory that this person is from Bastard, Kentucky as well.
Yep.
Yes.
And is one of Jick's dumber friends that is covered in grime and soot and
dirt.
and lots of dirt and gunk.
Yeah.
And
These people, they're multiplying. They're bringing down the average IQ in the country.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's sad to see, honestly.
Wow. So this is one of Jick's friends.
so I think
right?
maybe this is
that makes
what
sense.
Jick's message earlier was about.
Was our pretend thing?
Yes. I think he was wise to that.
He knew
That's
about it.
insane.
Yeah.
That he seems like some kind of crazy savant, like
There's something going on.
Yeah.
like an idiot savant of some kind, where
or maybe
he's-
like a naked Cabernet savant
Yes.
yes,
or
That-
something.
some
you
kind
know,
of
Or a savant
cheap-
blanc.
Yeah, that you might be
a nice blend, a savant blend.
Yeah.
you might be tempted by if you've got an especially exorbitant gift certificate.
Yeah, you
Just
might
excessive.
be risky and try out the savant.
Right. And do we want to speak at all to the fact that that we pretended to say that we made Seinfeld boring?
Yeah. I don't have much to say about that because I don't think we did.
You think Seinfeld was already boring?
No.
Oh.
I just think that if you think
You
that,
don't think so you're of the opinion that our podcast is not boring.
right. That's partially what I'm saying.
Interesting.
But then also
I don't know if
that
that's canon.
if we're not exactly as funny as Seinfeld, I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I guess what I would like
I agree.
I agree with
agree.
that. First of all, I definitely
agree.
agree with us not being as funny
I
as
agree.
Seinfeld.
right, we're
It's
funnier.
Seinfeld
Yeah,
is
But I would also ask him if he has a podcast that makes Seinfeld boring.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I would, or her,
Yeah.
him or her,
Him or her.
or it.
Yeah.
And I would ask them.
No, not it.
Not it.
Not it. Not it.
Yeah.
That's good. We should play tag sometime.
For the listeners, I touched my nose.
Nose
He
goes.
touched his nose on the
Nose
side.
goes.
It's kind of weird.
I'm like
What?
You do
That's
that?
good.
You do a side
this
touch?
is like this is like
you do front touch.
yeah, this is I know.
Mum.
Mum's the
Yeah,
word.
mum's the
That's
word.
wrong. It's not it.
But you would if somebody did this, you'd be like, oh, you're it.
No, you'd be
Yeah.
like, I know what I'm about to do.
Mum's the word.
Okay.
What should I do?
Like, gets around this way.
Physical bits.
Good
for
physical
the,
bits
for the podcast.
Sorry, guys.
Our nice
Check out the
proportion of-
YouTube.
Yeah, check out viewtube.com slash Seinfeld podcast, and then type that into the address bar and erase that, and just go to youtube.com and then search everybody loves Seinfeld.
That's how you do it.
Boring
And guys,
podcast.
that's the
I wanted to say though.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
No,
I know we're already going
no,
over,
that's fine,
but
that's
maybe
fine.
there's something here.
Okay.
Around the apocalypse
Mhm.
Yes.
and not comedy.
Yeah.
I was trying to I
the
assumed what we
apocalypse.
meant by that when we made this up
Mhm.
was that we meant to write about,
Mhm.
but this guy can't get it right.
Yeah.
About the apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
So we should, because we're so smart and pretending we're so smart.
Yeah.
We think we should be doing a podcast about around the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, that could mean time.
Yeah. Well, which we
Around
clearly
The
are.
apocalypse, right?
That's happening
okay, right.
currently.
Yeah. So he's wrong about that.
Right. We are doing a podcast around
Yeah.
the apocalypse. Yeah. something that we've never said before, and we'll hopefully never have to say again, but go away. Don't listen to the podcast. Back off, haters.
Yeah. If you hate the show, please let us know in the comments.
If you hate the show, tropical lime. Don't put worms on my mouth.
True.
Yeah, we won't don't let us put worms on your mouth.
Yeah.
Just tell us with your own worms.
Yeah.
Write to us in your own worms why you hate the show.
Right.
Tropical lime and write to us in your own worms.
Yeah. So thanks for those comments, but no thanks. Guys, that's the end of the show. Across the board, you can find us on various platforms, as Gabe already said. As Everybody Loves Seinfeld. That's 1 S. And subscribe. You know what you can even do, and we haven't been mentioning this.
Yeah.
No.
You can go to iTunes.
No.
No, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
If they do, something bad will happen to the
don't-
show.
Oh, don't do that.
Something bad will happen to the show.
Oh,
my
I didn't know
goodness.
that.
What
No. It's
Oh, it's
trying to.
reverse psychology.
No. It's a different thing than that.
Okay.
But
So please,
Yeah.
whatever you do,
Never.
don't go to
No.
iTunes and don't click 5
Well,
stars.
whatever they do, they're not going to iTunes because iTunes doesn't exist
Oh,
anymore.
you're right. Podcast app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Podcast app.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
better now.
Yeah, it
Everything's
is.
better without iTunes.
Well, that's true. Except there's an Apple Podcast app that you can't search within a specific podcast
Okay.
for an episode that you're
Agreed.
looking for, which is infuriating. So check us out on Instagram. Guys, write to us at everybodyloveseinfeld@gmail.com. Tropical Lime. That's the show.
Careful.
I'm sorry. I was just... Thank you for calling me on it because I don't want to do it. We are, guys, we are looking for advertisers. For the listener, I was basically doing a certain kind of salute that you should not do while
Completely unintentionally.
yes,
Let's
absolutely
add.
unintentionally.
Yeah.
So please get in touch with us if you'd like to advertise on our show.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
We'll see you next time. Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.